I'm Dr. Laurie Twells. I'm a professor here in the Faculty of Medicine, and I am delighted to be here today talking to you about how breastfeeding aligns with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. I have been working on breastfeeding research here for over 15 years, and my early sort of initiation into breastfeeding was related to understanding actually how low the breastfeeding rates were in Newfoundland and Labrador. So even within Canada, our goals for breastfeeding are quite low in terms of us meeting the recommendations, which are set by the WHO. So the WHO set recommendations based on evidence of exclusive breastfeeding to 6 months and with continued breastfeeding up to 2 years. And it was only 15 years ago that I realized, actually having come back here from being away out of this province for a number of years, that just how low our breastfeeding rates were. And that really kicked off a collaborative effort with myself and many other colleagues, including Dr. Leanne Newhook, who's a pediatrician here, and others, with trying to understand what was going on with our breastfeeding rates. The reason that's important is because breastfeeding actually results in a number of positive health outcomes for both baby and mother. So in terms of children, it reduces rates of illness, respiratory tract infections, ear infections, diarrhea, pneumonia, reduces the risk of mortality under 5 years old, and it also reduces the risk of ovarian and breast cancer and some other chronic illnesses like diabetes in mothers. Globally, most countries in the world are not meeting the recommendations set by the WHO in terms of exclusive breastfeeding, so many of us are missing out on the health benefits that breastfeeding can give to infants, mothers, and families. This aligns with SDG goal number 2, zero hunger, as well as SDG goal number 3, around health and wellness. The interesting thing, though, is that actually improving breastfeeding rates would have an impact on a number of other SDG goals. So, for example, SDG goal number 1 around poverty, SDG goal number 8 around promotion and sustaining economic growth, as well as SDG goal number 10 around reducing inequality within countries as well as across countries. Breastfeeding has a number of economic impacts in the fact that it increases health and well-being. So for mothers, in terms of reducing the risks of breast and ovarian cancer, impacts life expectancy. For children who develop chronic illnesses in life, they are set to develop more chronic illnesses as they age, resulting in more impact on the healthcare system as well as their overall health and productivity as an individual later in life. In addition, breastfeeding is sustainable. It's not manufactured. It also then therefore aligns with SDG goal number 12 around sustainable living. There's lots of reasons why we should encourage breastfeeding in terms of gender equality as well. Many women in Canada and in this province and across the world do not get the opportunity to breastfeed. They're not empowered to do so. They're not given the support, even though they would intend to breastfeed and would very much like to breastfeed. Healthcare systems as well as society does not support women in achieving successful breastfeeding rates, therefore impacting the equality of women to go into the workplace and work as well, with little maternity protection, very little supports in environments where women are working, and reduced childcare. So breastfeeding overall can have a large impact on the health and well-being of individuals and families, but also an economic impact. Therefore, it's a cross-cutting theme in terms of aligning with the SDGs that the UN has set.